Hello, class, and welcome to our reading review of pages 71 to 74 in Writing Logically, Thinking Critically. And I feel as though the terms and ideas uh, are essential with regard to the essay number 2, pre-writing and outline. So let's discuss the reading in relation to essay 2 and future essays for that matter. Because the first thing that you want to do, as it says on page 71, is to focus your topic, to narrow your topic so that you can shape your argument. Now, when we write about literature, again, it's implicit. So, as far as what theme you want to focus on or themes you want to focus on, you have a lot of freedom. For the first essay, the prompt was very specific, right? Do you think that Mrs. Mallard dies of JOY? So it asked you to consider the last lines of the story. For essay two, and for future essays, when you're writing about literature, you'll have a lot of freedom. So, first off, think about what issue, right? Or issues you want to focus on. And as the book tells us on page 72, the issue is the topic of concern or controversy. And I think that a lot of times when writing about literature, there's various possible issues to focus on. And I think that the issue relates directly to theme. So essentially, you should have chosen your poem, right? You can focus on the plot, what happens in the poem, to come up with possible themes that you can focus on when writing this explication. Now, the question at issue is the particular aspect of the issue under consideration. So, for the first essay, the issue was the story of an hour and the ending. And the topic of consideration was, does Mrs. Mallard die of joy? That was the question at issue. So for this essay, you have the freedom to choose whatever theme or themes you want to focus on and whatever poem you want to focus on. So now your question at issue is, what is the point about the issue you want to make in analyzing your poem? Essentially, what is the point the poem makes about your theme or themes? So if you're writing about love or justice or sadness or identity, what do you feel the point of the poem is with regard to that? So when you're thinking about your pre-writing, first identify a possible issue or issues. Second, identify the question at issue. And then start shaping your claim, your thesis around that question at issue. Think of it in relation to essay one. What do we learn about joy, Joy, by analyzing the ending of the story of an hour? By analyzing the story of an hour, readers learn that Mrs. Mallard's joy, Joy, is actually an ironic one. That would be my thesis. So now for this one, uh, whatever poem you're choosing to write about, your issue is essentially your theme. Your question at issue should be structured around what we learn about that theme or themes by analyzing the poem, and your thesis should answer that question at issue. We have a lot of sample thesis statements in the reading and writing about literature section on the introductions. We have some sample thesis statements on page 74. And I think that the book is pretty clear on explaining how the issue, the question at issue, and the thesis all work together. So hopefully this is a helpful video review for you as you structure your pre-writing and your outline. So your pre-writing should focus on identifying your issue, identifying your question at issue, coming up with a tentative thesis, and then for your outline, think about what elements of fiction and elements of poetry you're going to focus on to complete the explication of your poem. Now remember, pages 76 to 79 in Reading and Write About Literature, You have those elements of fiction, right, that you focused on last time: plot, character, setting, style, symbolism, theme, and point of view. And now, in addition to those elements of fiction, you have the elements of poetry: speaker, listener, form, rhyme, assonance, consonance, lineation, imagery, right? Part of lineation is caesuras and enjambment. Uh, Part of style is looking at figures of speech and punctuation and word connotations. Okay, so you've got a lot of options. So hopefully you're feeling confident about structuring your pre-writing and your tentative outline as you get ready to draft this essay. As always, let me know if you have any questions.